Sandy Says Read. Welcome to the channel. Tonight we are going to do a review of, get this for you, Christmas in Aruba. This is a romance novel, a holiday romance novel by B.D. Brown. But before we begin, I want to give you a word from our sponsor. Our sponsor is me. Yes, because I am a one-person marketing machine here at Sandy Says Read. But I'm a small marketing machine here at Sandy Says Read, and we don't have a sponsor. It's me. I want to mention that I have a merch shop where you can buy fabulous Christmas gifts for people you love. For example, this fancy mug. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff at my merch shop. I'll put the link to that in the drop-down box below. We will finish the commercial now. I'm holding this mug because I'm freezing. I've got actual tea in this, and I'm freezing. It is cold here in Central Florida. I'm freezing. That's all there is to it. I'm doing Christmas stuff. It's Christmas time and I'm freezing. I know no one out there feels sorry for me. I know this because in Central Florida, it is not as cold as it is anywhere else in the country or North America for that matter. But okay, let's begin. Commercial's over. I'm done complaining about the weather. Christmas in Aruba. And hey, Aruba, much warmer than it is here in Florida right now. I met B.D. Brown at Imaginarium 2023. So back in July, I met her. She had a table that was near mine, and I kept glancing over at the book titles she had on her table. And I saw this one was Christmas related, and I thought, ooh, yay, more Christmas content for me to post in December. It's almost December when I'm filming this, so here we go. She did forewarn me that it was quite spicy, and that's okay. You guys know here on the channel, I tend to skim spicy scenes, and I did skim a couple scenes in here. But overall, you guys, good book, good story. We're going to talk about it. So let me give you the specs. This is Christmas in Aruba by B.D. Brown. This was published in 2022. This version is 201 pages. Is that all I wrote on here? Yes, it is. That's all the specs I gave you. Okay. I also made on my notes a note that I started at chapter 3, when she's on the plane. Basically what I did is I picked it up and like flipped like this, and chapter 3 came up, and so I put a bookmark there because, you know, in these reviews, I like to give you a flavor, a snippet of the author's writing. So I'm going to read just this little beginning. This hooked me in. I did go back to the beginning and read from the front, but chapter 3 is where I started originally, okay, guys? And this is what hooked me. All right. This was a horrible idea. I cringe while grasping at my splitting head. My shoulders hunch forward as I rest my head against the seat in front of me. The stiff seat underneath me rumbles as the plane starts up. Thank God it's only a 5-hour flight. I'm not sure my head could last any longer than that. This flight isn't even that early when boarding is at 3 in the afternoon. But I think I woke up still partially drunk. I probably look ridiculous to the people around me, wearing my sunglasses on the plane. But if I want any chance of making it to Aruba with my head attached, I'd need them. There are 3 seats in my row, and I opted to sit near the window so the middle was left open where Josh should have been. Thankfully, without him here, that put some space between me and the little old man. Done, and on we go. But isn't that interesting? I mean, you can see why that hooked me, right? I mean, she's on a plane to Aruba by herself, and Josh should have been with her. What's interesting? Why is she so drunk? What's happened? So I did, you know, I read through, basically I read from there and read the book. Then I went back and read chapters 1 and 2. And I already knew what happened in 1 and 2 because I'd read the whole book, but I went back to them to read, to give you this review. It's intriguing to me. Okay, our main character, basically, she's her name is Jess, and she was supposed to marry Josh. This trip to Aruba is supposed to be her honeymoon. It's already paid for, so she hopped on the plane and went. And she went without Josh. And she's quite empowered in doing so. Josh is a cretin. He's a jerk. He's not worth her time. He's actually a manipulative keep it PG here. He's a manipulative jerk, right? And he has been basically using her for the past year, abusing her for the past year mentally. I didn't get the impression that there was physical abuse. It was just mental abuse and just constant and just tearing her down and wearing her down and convincing her that she wasn't worth anyone else. Anyway, he basically, as she approached the altar to get married, he was like, look, I can't go through with this because you're just so terrible. And he says this like out loud in front of her family and friends and his family and friends. And he basically says to her, look, the only reason I was marrying you is because your best friend is someone who could help me get ahead in the company where we work. But I just can't go through with it because you are just so useless and you are just so drab and you're just so difficult to train. And of course, one of her brothers stands up and punches him. So there's a fight and she like cries and leaves and she's in her wedding gown and she like stuffs it in the trash. So she does find her voice in this book. She does go to Aruba. She meets a fellow named Dom. Let's see. I wrote in my notes. Dom, when we meet him, he's running a snorkeling and whale watching tourist like adventure tour thing. Yeah. So she meets Dom and she's like not looking for a fling on this trip. She's not looking for a boyfriend. She's not looking for anything. She's just wanting some peace and some quiet. She wants to hang out. She wants to read some books, drink some wine, and just hang and chill. And Dom was like, ooh, pretty lady, come on this snorkeling trip. She's like, I don't want to. He's like, no. Come on this snorkeling trip. You'll have fun. I'll make sure no sharks attack you. And he actually has to rescue her from a shark attack. Yeah. And so Dom turns out to be this, handsome dude and important. And she, of course, falls in love with him. And so that's the romance of the novel. Okay. I won't give away everything about their romance. I won't give away everything about who Dom is. I won't give away everything. Because if you want to read Christmas in Aruba, it will take you no time at all to read. It's a quick, easy, fun, exciting read. I did skim some of the spicy things because there are some spicy. Okay, if you like spicy in your romance, yeah, there's some hot, spicy scenes in there. But overall, I mean, Dom he's a good guy, whereas she has been dealing with just a cretin creep of a jerk for the past year. So she's seeing a whole new person. And, they have to decide, okay, vacation's over. What's going to happen next? So, they have to decide how that romance will come to be. Those are all the notes I had for you guys, okay? Yay. Thumbs up for, warm locales for your Christmas vacation. Yay. And please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification icon so you're notified each time I do random stuff here, whether it's Christmas or not. Thank you so much for tuning in.